people walking by the class would see a very happy group of mostly elderly people, doing what they enjoy and having fun. When I turned 50, I decided it was time to do something for me, and that's when I got involved with aquarobics. It's 33 years now since I started Aqua, and you can imagine in that time a lot of good things have happened, but some very difficult things have happened. I was made redundant by a husband and my job. I had to take on a new job, look for work.
When I was 56, I developed very bad backache. Went to a doctor specialist, and they were recommending me to do some exercise for it, and especially in water. After 6 months of exercising in water, my backache ceased and it never came back.
I wanted to be as fit as I possibly could because I could help my son with his MS. Helping to pick him up and move him round.
I mean, just the fact that we have to get undressed. We just have the bare minimum, clothing cover our bodies, which are not beautiful bodies anymore at our age. We see each other's scars, the operation scars and all sorts of things.
They see you, warts and all. We are so vulnerable when you're naked or nearly naked. And of course, the joke is, when you see anyone in the street, say, "Oh, I didn't recognise you with the clothes on," all of those sorts of things, and everybody looks.
It's quite interesting to watch the way people behave in the water. There are some people who always go to the same spot.
Molly, Helen and Ulia are always in the one corner. Shirley and Anne are in the middle.
There are other people like me who roam around and catch people en route. There's a few of us who've been there a long time who are there for the social aspect as well, and I'm afraid we do chat during the class. We're not overly popular for doing that, and we're asked to go to the back corner, but we can't help ourselves.
They don't realise the importance of, old people who live alone, and maybe some days I don't talk to anybody. And just to go there and just exercise like a robot, next to each other and not talk, it's not what we're doing.
We occasionally have blokes come, but not very many. But one bloke who's been there all the way through is Stan, and we all love Stan. In my phone, I've got him down as Stan St. Goodman, and I think that's the way I like to think of him. He's such a good friend. He's one who'll come over and deliver things and bring things and offer to give us lifts if we haven't got transport, and he shares his life with us, and he's needed to.
I've had 3 tragedies. My wife was very ill. I then lost my other son and then my second son. And the support that I've received from various members have been absolutely amazing. They were just like family. I was able to talk to them and discuss things that were really upsetting me.
It doesn't start because we know what's going on with people. It starts because someone swims over to us and says, "Something awful's happened this week," or "Did you hear that?" Sometimes people will tell you their story in the water, and you think, wow, that is big stuff. How do I handle that? But the very fact that you listened is really the important thing. But I think it's an empathy that is shared. I felt almost helpless for some of the people in the group when bad things have happened. But we just find ways of looking after each other. You know, one of the good things about aqua is that you're in the water, and if you're tearful, as some of us have been on occasions, and I certainly have, no one sees the tears when you've got water all around you. You can just duck your head and come up smiling.
Margaret was going on about her, dying and that sort of thing, and I said to her, well, look, I'm not coming to your funeral if you don't come to mine.
But we've decided, jokingly, that we will go together, and then there'll be Stan and me sharing a funeral, and it will be part Christian and part non-Christian, and we think that's a good solution. For me as a Christian, I'm not frightened of death, but I have to say, I'm frightened of the actual process of dying. I don't want it to be too painful. I don't want it to be difficult for my family. I don't want it to happen when I'm on my own. I was brought up to believe that we're not in this world for ourselves, that we're here to make it a better place for other people as well.
That's the way I feel about Margaret. I love her to bits, and I just think she's just been so supportive of me.
Learned long time ago, someone told me to have good friends, you have to be a good friend. And that's so true.
There are times when disasters happen in various families. You know they're hurting. And when you see them, all you do, you don't have to say a word. You just give them a hug.
I value that there's a group of people who understand me, whether I'm bright and cheerful or whether I'm feeling a bit sad.